Thanks Self-Haircut University for sponsoring this video. It's your man Alex, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys self-haircut misconceptions and 5 reasons why you might be afraid or scared to cut your own hair. So I've received a few different DMs on Instagram, and I want to go through those questions that I have, and I also want to mention a few of my own that I want to share with you guys. So the first DM that I got said, how do you get the guts to buzz your hair? And then I replied something, but then following that reply, he says, haha, that's kind of what's holding me back. I know people gonna be making a big deal and asking questions. So my answer to the question, how do you get the guts to buzz your head, is just do it, right? This is the big problem that I think a lot of people are going through nowadays, is that they care about so many things. And probably one of the biggest things is that they care so much about what other people think about them. Because I see it this way, unless you're gonna be giving yourself a ridiculous haircut, right? Maybe it's the mullet, right? You guys have seen I've done the mullet before. If you give yourself some ridiculous wonky looking haircut, not saying the mullet is wonky, I think the mullet's really sick, but just something out of the ordinary that's kind of like a rebellious type of haircut, then okay, I can see like maybe your boss or your coworkers might make fun of you, or they might just, you know, snicker behind your back about your haircut. But if you want to give yourself a buzz cut or any particular type of hairstyle, to me personally, I think it's ridiculous to either get sad or to contemplate whether it's even a good idea solely based on the fact that other people who probably don't even care about you are gonna be saying something about your hair. Because to me, when you cut your hair, the reason why you give yourself a haircut in the first place is to feel even more confident than you already are. But the fact that some people will get afraid about what other people will have to tell them, what other people will have to say about their haircut, about their choices, about their decisions, it's ridiculous. You know what it tells me? It tells me that you favor the capability of other people controlling the way that you think and the way that you perceive the world. The fact that I will not cut my hair a certain way because other people will think of me a certain way, the reality of the world is it doesn't matter. And the harsh truth is people shouldn't care about what other people think about them, because only I should, at the end of the day, be the only one that truly critiques myself. If anybody in the world is critiquing another person based on their looks or their decisions, it's their problem, not your problem. So how do you get the guts to give yourself a buzz cut, or to give yourself a mullet, or to give yourself a ridiculous haircut? You just do it. Because at the end of the day, you are the one in control of your life, not the other people around you. And if somebody has something to say negatively about your haircut, that just shines a light on how they are as a human being, not how you are. And so the second DM that I got on Instagram says, hi bro, your self haircuts are amazing. Wish I can do that. And then he asked me, have you ever considered shaving it off with a razor to do more videos? But the big thing here is that he says, your self haircuts are amazing, but I wish that I could do that. And my question to you is, and people that have similar questions to you is, why can't you do exactly what I do? What's stopping you from doing what I do? Are you afraid? Do you not have the confidence? Do you not have the money to buy the tools, which is less than $150? Do you not want to dedicate the time to doing it? What's the sole reason why you wish you could cut your own hair? Because to me personally, I feel like I only want to resonate positive energy within my life. And when I think to myself, oh, I wish I could have that Lamborghini, I wish I could have multiple properties, I wish I could have this, I wish I could do that. To me, that's talking in the impossible. You're talking in the impossible by saying you wish you could do something. Rather than switching the perspective to saying, oh, I wish I could do that, why don't you say, Alex, how do I do that? Because it's clearly not impossible if I'm doing it, and other people that are associated with me, whether they're within my self-haircut course, link down below or in the card section above, or they're in my YouTube comments, or they're in my Instagram comments or TikTok comments. And in addition to this exact misconception, I think so many people think that, okay, Alex is giving himself skin fades, So that means my haircut has to also be a skin fade. The fact of the matter is, the haircuts that you guys see on my YouTube channel, they range between beginner haircuts to advanced and expert level haircuts. Majority of the self haircuts that I give myself are advanced and expert haircuts. And this is a big misconception. A lot of people will go and say, okay, Alex is doing this, that seems really difficult, I can't do that. But the fact of the matter is, you're skipping the intermediate haircut and you're skipping the beginner haircut, and all of the beginning stages from learning how to cut your own hair, you're skipping all of that and then just jumping to the final product. The fact of the matter is, I had to put in 13 years to know what I know now to have these advanced and expert self haircuts. So for you guys out there, I don't want to hear, I wish I can do that. I want you to DM me saying, Alex, how do I do that? Because I see you doing it and I see a bunch of other people doing it and I know it's possible. How do I do it? The third misconception, and this is one that I've kind of realized over the past 2.5 years being on social media and creating content within the self haircut niche, and that is, some people might think, well, I don't want to spend money to even start cutting my own hair. And my question might be the obvious is, well, why are you watching self haircut videos if you're gonna sit in the comments and say, well, I don't want to spend money to buy the tools and buy the necessary equipment to cut my hair? To me, that doesn't sound like the actual problem, and I'm just sitting back questioning whether that's even the real problem at all. Is money really the problem? Because if it really is, then why are you going to the barber shop to get your haircut and paying them ridiculous amount of money just to give yourself a haircut? Meanwhile, you're sitting on my channel and maybe some other barber's channel, trying to learn how to cut your own hair. So to me, I feel like it's not so much about the money. I feel like it's you're not seeing the value that's provided because you're not willing to take the risk to spend the money. Before we continue with the video, I want to thank today's sponsor, Self Haircut University. The goal of SHU is to help you overcome your self haircut fears and become an expert self haircutter in less than 6 months. Learning this skill set will save you $1,000 to $3,000 per year for the rest of your life. Because we all know barbershops today are getting more and more expensive and taking up too much of our meaningful time. Within 72 hours of joining SHU, I will personally be hosting a coaching call with you directly to discuss a plan of action to get you started on the right track. With over 100,000 followers across all platforms, video testimonials, and 14 years of self-haircut experience, there's no better person with more passion than myself to guide you through this self-haircut journey. To get started before the next price increase, go to selfhaircutuniversity.com or click the first link in the description to start today. Thank you, Self Haircut University, for sponsoring this video. The fourth misconception is probably the funniest one, and this is one that's occurred a lot more recently than not, and that is, how am I saving $1,000 to $3,000 per year when I have to buy all these tools and equipment? It's like, I'm not saving money if I'm spending money to give you money. So my question to you is, well, how much are tools to cut your own hair? Well, I believe, and don't fact check me based on other videos that I've made in the past, but you can get your tools for under $150. And by the end of the year, you've saved $1,000 to $3,000 by not having to go to the barber shop. In the first year, you save $1,000 to $3,000 by not having to go to the barber shop. What's the risk reward here? Invest $300 into yourself or continue to lose $1,000 to $3,000 per year by going to the barber shop? I would rather invest $300 to save $1,000 to $3,000 per year for the rest of my life. And just so you guys know, I've created videos more recently giving you guys specific examples of how you can actually save this dollar amount every single year depending on your hourly wage, how much money it costs you to go to the barber shop, how much you tip the barber, and how frequently you go to the barber shop. And so the fifth and final misconception is really just, Alex, how do I start cutting my own hair? I don't think I can do what you're doing. Kind of piggybacking off of a few of the other misconceptions earlier in this video. Alex, basically, what are the first steps that I can do to start cutting my hair? And to be completely honest with you guys, the first step that you should take is to watch a bunch of my free YouTube videos on YouTube and then purchase all of the tools that you might need, your clipper, your scissors, your cape, your neck duster, your mirror, the good quality lights, and then you want to give yourself the most beginner self haircut humanly possible, so that way you can get a feel for how the clippers maneuver within your hands, how you get the body positioning correct, how you can utilize the mirrors and see yourself through the mirrors, along with positioning your body looking through the mirrors, because it's a completely different game looking at one mirror whereas you're looking at two different mirrors, to make sure that your body's positioned the correct way. In order to build a foundation and practice to become better with all of these different motions and wrist motions and so forth, you have to start small with your self haircuts. Pick the easiest haircut you can think of. Give yourself a number 2 guard buzz cut around your entire head, and then just use a trimmer to go ahead and line yourself up, right? 2 steps. Buzz your hair and then line yourself up, and that's it, right? Start super small. Don't make it complex. Don't cut your hair following all of my advanced skin fade videos, buzz cut videos with a fade, mid fade, high fade. Don't give yourself a fade. Give yourself a generic, basic haircut to start. And then once you feel like you've got the mobility down, you've got the mirror setup down, you can see everything, you know how to hold the clippers, your lines when you're cutting your hair are straight. When all of these things are down pat, then you can advance to the intermediate haircuts. Then you can use 1 guard, and then you can try to blend in the hard lines using your lever. Once you have that down pat, then you can go to the advanced haircuts and start giving yourselves fades, right? But of course, depending on how you learn, depending on how quickly you learn, will depend on how quickly you will become a self haircutter, and a good one at that. So that's pretty much it for these self haircut misconceptions and 5 reasons why you might be too scared to take action. Now, if you guys did like this video, make sure you leave a like and share this video with a friend or family member. And if you're new to my channel, definitely click on the subscribe button down below and click on the post notifications as well to never miss any of my new uploads. I upload videos every single Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern time. I hope you guys found a lot of value in today's video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace!